ShinRobjira.
I'm ShinRobjira and I'm talking about this here figure today. And you can acquire this figure for your very own at HobbyLink Japan, as linked in the description below. Let's get started. So for those who are not aware or just don't know, yes, this is Godzilla. No, it is not Titanosaurus. This character is Godzilla's Form A, or first form that he will be taking in Godzilla Singular Point, as known as Godzilla Aquatilis. Or as I personally like to call him, Godzilla Aquatilis. No, not joshing you. I'm not even Georging you at this point. Says his name right there. Godzilla Aquatilis. Yes, he does very much look like Titanosaurus. And we really don't know the major reasoning behind that. There's a very big theory going on with this series that something of a kaiju fusion is going to be happening throughout the series. This form right here being a possibility of so. Because it very much does have a lot of different attributes that could be linked to Titanosaurus. But no, he's just Godzilla. This is the same image that we got in the back of the Jet Jaguar and Godzilla Ultima tags. Opening the tag up, you're gonna get the very same ishkabibble we always get. Now let's get this tag sleek and smooth, just like Titano Goji Fish himself. Now Godzilla Omylantis is quite the long boy, as you can see here. You're definitely gonna need to clear some dimensions for this guy, but as you can see, he's mainly just long, not so much wide. Alrighty, time for that ultimately long-winded portion of every ShinRobjira video where I gush about paint and detail and the detail on this figure is fantastic. Oh man, he looks so cool. Let's have us a little zoomicle. He's got his beady little eyes. He's got his, not horns, but I guess antenna, whatever you want to call them. He's got his under-the-sea sails. I don't know what they're morphologically known as. Please let me know in the comment section down below. And the closer you take a look at everything I just pointed out, the more detail you can see. Premium detail along the antenna, detail on the webbing, detail on the mouth and the lower jaw, and even inside of the mouth. Don't worry, we'll get a better look at that later. Just, oh man, Bandai yet again just impressing me. Ugh. It's just from the front view, though, he looks kind of cute. I don't know, just like looking at him, I can't imagine him making anything else but a very high-pitched squeak. I don't know, it's adorable to me. What do you want from me? Anyway, taking a closer look at the inside of the mouth. Look at all of that amazing detail. Holy crap. Very, very nice stuff there, Bandai. And yes, you will be getting ample amounts of detail on the roof of the mouth as well. And yes, from pretty much every angle you look at it, the head is mostly adorable. I have no qualms with the head. These look like they could be gills. I mean, they are on the side of his head and not near his throat, so those might not be gills. But be still my eye. The resemblance is truly uncanny. Look at those lower jaws right there. Very much the same creature. And he's got the fangs. Here he's got the fangs. Very, very interesting. They've got the same beady eyes as well, although this dude is definitely cuter than him. Anyway, enough about the head. The texturing on this figure is sublime. You're going to see so much on this thing, and it is going to impress you, except until you get to this one part of the tail that you can clearly see is not painted silver, but the tip of the tail is. We're going to be getting the same yellow paint that we got on Goji's head with his little morphological sails. And we're going to get silver on these little nail claws on the back of the tail over here. Just be very, very careful when moving this figure about, everybody, because that silver paint, unfortunately, can and will rub off. Don't know if I'm honestly bummed that this isn't silver just because this looks so good, so maybe I'll let that slide. But look at all that detail, the webbing over here, the texturing of the skin, it all looks so good. Yeah, unfortunately there won't be any silver on the hind fiddly flappers back here. Bit of a bummer. But continuing onward, the detail is fantastic and it is bountiful. There's even some webbing on the underside of the arm over here. Good stuff there, Bandai. Good stuff. Flipping the figure over, we have some pretty decent detail, including copyright, Bandai China, trademark Toho Company Limited, and this time it says 2102. Does Bandai just not know the year, or is this just going to be a problem with all the SP figures? Continuing on, we're going to... get some silver paint splotches on the stomach. Alright. Well, what I was going to say is we get more of that armor detailing for the underside of Godzilla's stomach over here. And we can say, oh, ha, ha! Godzilla Aquatilis got them aqua titties. But yeah, more of that armored-looking skin on the underside of Aquatilis. I mean, Aquatilis. You'll even get some premium detail on the lower jaw as well. That almost makes up for the splotch of silver paint. Also, can we just talk about the webbing and the pits of the legs over here? Really, really great detail. Truly, everywhere you look on this figure, you are going to get an eye full of fantastic detail and some decent paint applications. Aqua Gigantus, the sea monster's dorsal fins do be looking rather nice. I do like how they start as spikes and kind of trail off into the classical dorsal fins and then just turn into spikes as the figure goes on. Ultimately, just looking really nice. I do just wish that the silver carried over to the tip of the tail over here. I just wanted to say that this variation of spikes to dorsal fins back to spikes is not a random thing. It was present on the Godzilla Ultima figure. As you can see, spikes, dorsal fins, dorsal fins, dorsal fins, dorsal fins, spikes. They are truly one and the same. So I've pretty much covered all paint and detail possible. I'm gonna give detail a solid star, but I'm going to give the paint a half a star. Yeah, I really don't like that there's random bits of silver over here. I don't like that the silver on the back of the tail over here rubbed off while I was working with this thing. And I do feel that the figure could have benefited from a little bit more silver paint. Come on, Bandai. You did all this. You could have at least just done that too. Those were all viable words from the English language. So we've got a solid star for detail and a half a star for paint. What do we get for articulation? Let's find out. Aquatilis has articulation at the tip of the tail over here, and he has articulation in his little fiddly flippers on both sides. No, there is no articulation over here, and this is one of those instances where I really wouldn't try heating this up and breaking the glue seal because I have a feeling this would just fall apart. But I don't know, I could be wrong. There will be nothing in the head and quite obviously nothing in the legs as well. Yeah, not a lot of articulate. Kind of looks like I'm holding a hot dog without the bun. Goji Footlong! Okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to vor a Godzilla figure on camera. I'm gonna give this figure's articulation a full star. Honestly, I got a lot more than I was expecting. Wasn't expecting this. Honestly, just the arms. The Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla Aquatilis from the Godzilla Singular Point line is a pretty cool looking figure. I got a little bit more than I was expecting in terms of articulation. I could complain about the paint, but again, in the promo pictures, you pretty much see all you're really going to get with this thing, so I really can't complain, but I am going to remain with my half star in terms of paint. I really do think Bandai needs to step that up. I think they need to go a couple extra miles for their paint jobs. I really do. But for the most part, everything is coherent, everything looks to be the right way, and Godzilla Aquatilis is not only a cool new design for Godzilla, but he's just a cool looking figure in general. If you can get this figure on HobbyLink Japan and for the right price, I say why not? Because with how Bandai is handling things right now, it seems that everything's only getting a single production run. Don't know what's going on there, most likely due to the pandemic. But yeah, don't sleep on any of these. Get them while they're hot, because then you might not be able to get them at all. But anyway, I've been ShinRobjira. Do so hope you enjoyed, and when next we meet, we're taking a look at some stuff that we can unbox. Goodbye.